praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. We go by these names. We believe that these are the true names. Well, we know that the name Yahweh, the scholars would tell you that they have what's called the Tetragrammaton, which spells out without the vowels Yahweh. But Yah is would be considered a vowel. And so the name in the Tetragrammaton spells out the name Yahweh, the supreme name of the Most High that was given to Moses. And that he said to Moses, "This is my name forever." So if you're a prophet or claim to be a prophet of Israel, an Israelite prophet, the Most High gives his secrets to his prophets, so he would have to give you his name. The first thing that Moses asked for, what is your name? The first thing that Moses asked for was, what is your name? And he said, my name is Yahweh. He also said, excuse me, if you go to Exodus 3 and Exodus 6, I'm not going to give you the verses, but somebody can put it in there. He gives his name and one passage or one chapter, and another chapter he says that his name was not well known. It said no, but they did know his name. Abraham knew his name. Isaac and Jacob knew his name. Jacob's wives knew the name of the Most High. That's why Leah named one of her sons Judah, which is Yahweh, which means thank you, Yahweh, or Yahweh thanks, or Yahweh praise. The da or the wada means thanks. You know, when somebody does something for you, thank them and you praise them. You say, "This man helped me." So when you thank somebody, you're praising. When you don't just say thank you to somebody, you say, "Thank you. Can I help you in any way? If you ever need me, give me a call." Whatever. That's praise. Anyway, so we call in the name of Yahweh and the name of Yahweh Shai, which is the name of the Son. You got to push that out there. Any Israelite man that claims he's a prophet that doesn't go by what, that the true name is Yahweh and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, you can't be a prophet. Can't be a prophet. Unless you repent. You were set up that way for a particular reason. The Most High will make you repent at the last minute, and then that can happen too. But anyway, and I got to do another video just on the name of the Most High, name of the Son, and certain names in the scriptures and the importance of them. And for you guys in the IUIC, you're looking for the new name of Yahweh Shai. Well, we gave it to you. It's Had Debar Allah. Had Debar Allah. So when you do your closing salute, you say Most High and Had Debar Allah bless. So we gave you the new name. You want a new name? We gave you the new name. Which his new name is going to be his renewed name, refreshed name. Anyway, let me get into my gave you a little rant right there. Let me give you this topic. The name of the topic is "These Christian Scholars Are All Insiders." These Christian scholars are all insiders. They're told what to do and what not to do. The top Christian scholars know who the Israelites are. They know who the Edomites are, because they do research. They go to Israel. They go to the Middle East. They dig up stuff. They know what King David looks like. If there was a statue bust made of King David, they know what he looks like. They know what certain men look like. They know what the Caesars. They know what all the Caesars look like. Nero Caesar looks just like Donald J. Trump and acts just like Donald J. Trump, because that he came back as Donald J. Trump. So anyway, you heard the title. All of these Christian scholars are all insiders, or however I say it. So I'm going to prove that, right? I said, let me see what this law. I went into a law, which is Leviticus 20:13. I said, let's see what the Blue Letter or the Bible Hub has to say. Let's see what they have to say about it. And the first one that I normally look for is Cambridge Bible for Schools and Colleges, and they're not even in there. They're not even there. Matter of fact, a lot of them are not even there. They're relatively short, like Ellicott's Commentary for English Readers. It just says, see Leviticus 18:22, which I got that on deck. So they don't want to say too much about it. Benson Commentary. It just says, put to death, except the one party he was forced by the other. See Deuteronomy 22, verse 25. Deuteronomy 22, verse 25 is referring to a man laying down with a woman that's betrothed. It's not talking about man to man. So in the prison, I'm looking at this, my advice to me with security. Anyway, in a prison situation, if a man overpowers another man and does something to him, they're both guilty of the sin. So you might as well go out swinging. If that happens to you, you better get in the spirit. You better summon all them demons, and you better get that dude. And then until they get your ass, you want to get him. I'm saying in a scenario, if you was a real man, your thing is you've been defiled. You've been defiled. So your thing is to do what you got to do, and then get out of there, if you know what I mean. But now the scriptures say you can be saved from that. You can be a one of them and come out of that. The Apostle Paul said that. Now is the Apostle Paul going off? But that's a hard thing to do. That's like a rich man entering into the kingdom of heaven. The rich man can enter, but it's not easy to do. So I'm not going to make this long. This is just something that I've observed. So let's go to Matthew Henry's Concise Commentary. Okay, so he puts in 10 to 27. Guess you got to read in context. These verses repeat what had been said before, but it was needful. There should be line upon line. What praises we owe to the Most High, that He has taught the evil of sin and the sure way of deliverance from it. May we have grace to adorn the doctrine of the Most High, our Savior, in all things. May we have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness, but reprove them. So they broke it down, but without breaking it down. That was a lot of word salad. So if you have an intellectual mind, you will get it. If you're a dummy, you ain't gonna get it. He broke it down without breaking it down. Barnes' notes on the Bible. Defile my sanctuary, i.e. pollute the people as I identified with their sanctuary. Oh, that's good. I like the way you said that, because all Israelites are sanctuaries. You know, the body, defile the body is to defile the temple of the Lord. The temple that you have, your body, is the temple that the Most High gave you. When you die, there's a temple, a spiritual, angelic temple up there, up in the heavens or in the heavens. So that's a defilement of the sanctuary. Now, that shows you when the Sabbath comes in, can you have sex on the Sabbath? No. Because what are you doing? You're defiling your temple on that day. Matter of fact, when you have sex with a woman, and I hope it's a woman, for you unbelievers out there, you're unclean until the evening. You have sex with a woman in the afternoon, you're unclean until the evening. So when you're unclean, you're not holy, you're not sanctified, which sanctified goes into Latin, which is sanitation, sanctification. Sanitize means to be clean. It means holy, not defiled. Something that's defiled is made not holy. So guess what? On the Sabbath, when it says keep, because you got Israelite camps out say they're saying that you can have sex on the Sabbath. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to kill you and the ones that follow you. When it says honor the Sabbath to keep it holy, what are you supposed to keep holy? Are you supposed to take a box and say, well, this box is called a Sabbath, I'm going to not let anything defile come next to it? No, you are the temple. So when it says keep it holy, is to keep you holy. Do not be defiled with women. Now you got the IUIC saying that, well, what about eating ice cream? Ain't that, because they quote in Isaiah 50, and that's a demon right there. Well, okay, well, I'll cover that. Don't eat ice cream, because that's a pleasurable thing. Don't eat ice cream, or you defile the temple. They like the scripture says in the Apocrypha, they find an excuse. Oh, they're masters at that. The IUIC, they're masters at telling you to keep the law and them not keeping all the laws themselves. That's in either Romans 2 or Romans 3. I believe it's Romans 2. You can't tell a man to take his hat off in the crowd and then quote 1 Corinthians 11 if the man's not prophesying or praying. But at the same time, the guy in the IUIC that's telling him that got long hair. And in the same chapter, it says it's a shame for a man to have long hair. Because that was a Hellenized Greek custom. It was part of the fashion. Like it is today. Guys with long hair is a fashion thing. Okay, so now where did I say I was going to go? Oh, I'm sorry, Romans. I'm sorry. Romans 2. Let's try Romans 2. I want to go right to the point because it's not in one verse. Okay, I got it. 21. I'm gonna probably go beyond. Let me read 21. Romans 2:21. Thou therefore which teach another, teachest thou not thyself? Thou that preacheth a man should not steal, doeth thou steal? Or if thou teachest a man not to steal, do you commit adultery? Or do you kill? You break one law, you break all of them. Let me see. Let me start up here. This is a letter, epistle to the Romans from Paul. Another powerful, all the books of the Apostle Paul are powerful. A lot of heavy information and a lot of explanations of a lot of things that's in the Old Testament. Give you an example. Hebrews chapter 7 about Melchizedek. Any Israelite tell you that Melchizedek had no mother and father. Where do you think they got it from? They got it from the Apostle Paul. Where did the Apostle Paul get it from? He got it from Yahushua. Yahushua was dealing with him directly. Everything that the Apostle Paul said was gospel, man. An instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes, which hath the form of knowledge and of the truth in the Lord. Thou therefore, which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself? In Matthew 7, if I'm not mistaken, I'm positive, Matthew 7, it speaks about taking the beam out of your eye before you take the mote out of somebody else's eye. Thou that preacheth another man should not steal, doeth thou steal, or doeth thou kill, or doeth thou commit adultery, or doeth thou not fear the name of the Most High? Thou that saith a man should not commit adultery, doeth thou commit adultery, or doeth thou steal? You can't say you're out there stealing, killing people, and you telling a guy not to commit adultery. And then he says, well, you killing people. You almost as worse than me. Well, no, but I'm not I can tell you not to commit adultery if I'm not committing adultery, even though I'm killing and stealing. No, that don't make no goddamn sense. If you tell somebody to teach any law, 600 plus laws, you gotta keep all those laws. It says 22. Thou that saith a man should not commit adultery, doeth thou commit adultery? Or do thou steal? Or do thou bear false witness? Or does thou kill, steal, not commit adultery? Because that includes committing adultery. Thou that abhorreth idols, doeth thou commit sacrilege? You tell a guy that idol worship is a sin, but you worshiping an idol. Thou that maketh thy boast of the law. What does IUIC, and I didn't want to bring them up, but what do they say? Yeah, you most had this, that, and you got to keep the laws. It says, thou that maketh thy boast of the laws. When you tell somebody, look, you got to keep the laws, that means you keeping the laws. A fat person can't tell another fat person, nigga, you out of shape, you need to get in shape. Nigga, you ain't in shape. A person that's in tip-top, they got the 6-8 pack, whatever, he's in tip-top shape. You can say, nigga, you need to start losing some weight. And you can boast of the fact that you got the 8-pack or whatever, the 6-pack. I used to have an 8-pack. I'm trying to get it back. Anyway, thou that maketh thy boast of the law. You got to keep the laws. See, we keep all the laws. No, you don't. No, you don't. Which makes you a goddamn bunch of hypocrites. Through breaking the law, dishonoreth thou the Most High. You're telling somebody to keep the law, you ain't keeping the law, and you dishonoring the Most High. Most High got that jotted in his book, the notebook. For the name of the Most High is black. Ooh, wait! I didn't even know this was going to be here. When you call on Jesus, when you call on Christ, when you call on Allah, when you call on Buddha, guess what? That's blasphemy. For the name of the Most High is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written. For circumcision verily profiteth, if thou keep the law, or the rest of the laws. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. Now this right here is the answer to what is that? 1 Corinthians chapter 7, and many other places where it says, and the circumcision came to the uncircumcision. So you can be circumcised, but in the Most High's eyes, you're not circumcised, even though you're physically circumcised, because true circumcision is to be circumcised in the heart. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted as circumcision? Meaning, you're not circumcised, but you're keeping the law. That's what the whole argument of Acts chapter 15 was all about. And shall not uncircumcised, which he is by nature, it is fulfilled by the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision doeth transgress the law. Because you can be circumcised and commit adultery. So it's like you're uncircumcised. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly. A lot of you guys got the fringes on. I seen this one guy was getting some tires changed, and this one guy was walking with, I don't recognize the guy's face, but he had like the whole t-shirt type, a little bit longer than a t-shirt, but it was like not a full garment. He had fringes on. Clearly he had fringes. He had some kids with him. He had his wife with him. And then I seen him smoking a Newport. I mean, I ain't say nothing because he passed by me quick, but he didn't recognize me. I know I don't recognize him, but he's part of Israel in some capacity. This guy was smoking a Newport. It says, and shall not uncircumcised, and shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision doeth transgress the law. And that's what them wicked scribes and Pharisees did. They were getting on people not keeping, you ain't keeping the law, you ain't doing this. Oh, he healed somebody on the Sabbath. You made yourself equal with God. And every time they came against Yahushua checked them. Showed them that they were a bunch of hypocrites. And then when they said keep the law, Matthew 23, and I'm watching the CNN, this Babylon is ready to go. Babylon is ready to go. They don't even realize what they're getting involved in. But that's part of prophecy. The least of the flock shall draw them out. So we thank God for Bibi Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu. We got no problem. Do you have a problem with Benjamin Netanyahu? No, I have no problem whatsoever. Let him give more power to him. He's just fulfilling prophecy. 28th verse. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh, because the true circumcision is to be circumcised in the heart. Now there's a new thing among these different Israelites. I can't point the finger to one particular camp or one particular person, but I heard it a couple of times. Anytime you deal with a woman that dealt with another brother in your circle of Israelites, to justify it, they'll go back to the law of Moses. But guess what? The law of Moses was updated by what Yahushua said. He said they were allowed to, the Most High allowed them to do it because they were going to do it anyway. They were wicked. They were wicked. He said, but that was not so as from the beginning. So you got a lot of slick niggas out there that'll commit adultery, but then they'll run. But she left that dude a month ago. That's still adultery, brother. Read Jeremiah 3:1. Read Romans chapter 7, verse 1, a couple of verses down. But he is a Jew which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart. True circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit and not in the letter. because the Apostle Paul, Peter, at the Jerusalem Council, Acts 15, they said, well, you guys, in order for you to enter in, you have to be circumcised. Paul said he wasn't sure about it. He went to Jerusalem, Peter, James. And what did Peter say? The head disciple, head apostle. Peter said, no, you don't got to get circumcised. You can come to the Passover and all that. Okay? They said, but he is a Jew. That's why the Apostle Paul had Timothy circumcised and not Titus. Titus did not get circumcised, and he was justified. He's still the elect. And Timothy was circumcised because the Jews were getting on Apostle Paul and Timothy. Look, you got to get circumcised. Okay, all right, and circumcise him. I'm not going to go to that. Somebody put it in there. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, not in the 600 plus laws, whose praise is not of man, but of the Most High. A lot of you guys, I know this for a fact. A lot of you guys that are in these different camps, you got certain guys that are in, there's thousands of guys in certain different camps. The majority of you guys, this is something to do until something new come along. A lot of you guys are not of the elect. So if something happened and the leadership of that camp breaks up, you're just gonna go your separate ways. That's just a clear-cut fact. And a lot of you guys listen to your leaders as you're listening to the Most High. Whatever this guy says is gospel. And I'm going to say this. You got at least two major camps that say the MOTB is not the micro C-hip. So if they decide to say, go ahead and take it, y'all going to take it. A few of y'all going to break off from that shit. You're going to wake up. That spell is going to be, that zombie spell is going to be broken, and it's going to be a few of you. I can't give you the real number, but if you're a part of the elect, you're going to come out of that. If you're not a part of the elect, remember what the scriptures say in Matthew 24. If it were possible, they would deceive the very elect. So some of them are going to wake up when that chip comes. And I can't wait till they push that chip, bro. Anyway, so let's come back over here. This is getting a little long. I didn't want it to be long, but you can see how these people are filibustering. Somebody give me the definition of filibuster to help others. I know what filibustering is. This is what they're doing. It's filibustering. Look at all this writing. Let me come down to here. Okay, Gill's was pretty much straightforward. Gill's exposition of the entire Bible. It says, if a man lie also with mankind as he lieth with a woman, is guilty of the sin of, this is a breach of the law. Leviticus 18 verse 22. So the penalty of the law is Leviticus 20:13. The actual law is Leviticus 18 and 22. So I guess I'm going to start going to Gill's more. It says both of them have committed an abomination. He that lieth and he that is lain with both consented to perpetrate the abominable wickedness. It's not just abominable. It's not just wicked. It's abominable wickedness. Now, when you go to Revelation chapter 17, verse 4 is, start from the first verse, read to the fourth verse, and it speaks about fornication. It goes into fornication. Remember what Kamala did when she went to Africa. She was pushing this stuff. She was pushing this stuff. Because that goes back to Babylon. That goes back to Babylon, that great city Babylon. Their fornication is not so much, it's policies, but it's those special policies that they're getting pushed back from certain African nations. And she came with a checkbook too. She's just a messenger girl. That's all she is. That's all she is. Trump is a messenger boy. He goes off the path. He does what he wants to do sometimes, but he's just a messenger. And they proved it. They said, look, man, we could have took you out. And they're talking about they want to take him out again. Let me see. Abominable wickedness, which may well be called an abomination, being contrary to nature. Can't believe they're coming that straight out. And then you got Cambridge not even on here. And more than brutish, which is stupid and wicked and abominable, for nothing of that kind is to be found among brutes. They shall surely be put to death, if he that is lain with is not forced. No. You're still going to be put to death. So you better, if you go to the penitentiary, you better start doing them push-ups. You better start doing them damn prison up downs, squat thrusts, burpees. And that's one exercise I told my son-in-law. I said, man, you got to start doing them prison burpees, because you got to eat at physical. And they said you pre-diabetic, you this, and he's skinny. He's not fat, you know. You got this, you got that, you got that. So I gave him some, supplements, and I told him, I said, you got to do them prison burpees. That does all. If you don't do anything else, do them prison burpees, man, and build up. That builds up it builds up your strength, your conditioning, and your stamina. That's all you need to do. You don't got to run. Let's say you can build to 50 burpees, you in tremendous shape. With a weighted jacket, you a beast. It said their blood shall be upon them, or be slain by stoning, as the above Targum. Geneva Study Bible, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. Because I was watching a video, let me see if I still got it up. Here, I do got it up. Okay. If you watch this video, you can see this guy and this guy, and immediately these are you know what? Let me get the other one. Let me see. Let me get a better picture. I mean, I can play it, but come on now. That's from Hormones, and these are big dudes, muscular. This is a big dude right here. So when I saw this, I immediately thought about the precept, the law, and I see why the Most High don't put him in a cell. Just take care of him right on the spot. Just call a bunch of Israelite men, and it's like a fire. Fire happened. You get people to come and put water. Well, you need to get some stones. And you need to put them out of their misery on the spot. On the spot. And see, this is why Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed by stoning and by fire. by stoning and by fire, because they cover both sides, the Momo side and the Labo side, the harlot side. Israelite priest, if his daughter plays a harlot, she was to get not stoned but set on fire. But a Momo gets stoned. So Babylon the Great is going to get both. The stones are the warheads. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom. Shalom.